Hi, everyone. My name is Beatrice. Thanks for joining me today. Today's foundation class, we're going to be working on moving with the breath. So we are breathing all the time, but we don't often take too much notice of our breath. And especially in vinyasa classes, there's a lot of moving with the breath, inhaling and exhaling. So we're going to practice being a little bit more aware of our breath. We're going to practice adding movement to our breath and letting our breath guide us. Really, we should be practicing with about 80% effort. We shouldn't be having so much effort in our practice that we can't breathe. But when we're new, it is really hard when we're doing something new, and it might be a little confusing and it might be more challenging to kind of stick with it and keep breathing. So we're going to play around with moving with the breath. We're also going to be working on kind of deconstructing sun salutations and a vinyasa. If you have taken a vinyasa class, you know there is the cue of take a vinyasa. And we don't often kind of slow down and break it down to make sure that we're doing all of the pieces and all of the poses of the vinyasa with proper alignment and with proper integrity. I'm a little fumbled with talking today, sorry. So one thing I did want to mention is Ujjayi breathing. Sometimes it's called yogic breath. In yoga, we breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. In Pilates, you often breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In yoga, in through the nose and out through the nose. And we do what's called Ujjayi breathing. So that I think one of the easier ways of explaining it is if you take your hand up and pretend like you're fogging up a mirror, you start hearing that sound that you make in the back of your throat. Now what you want to do is make that same sound, but keep your mouth closed. So we're going to inhale through the nose and make that same sound with our mouth closed. Inhale and exhale with the mouth closed. So it's the kind of like that echo that you kind of hear in the back of your throat. We'll be practicing that. In the beginning, it's not always intuitive and it's not always easy, but we'll be practicing that throughout today's sequence. All right, so why don't we come to a comfortable cross-legged seat. You can sit on a block or a cushion if that's more comfortable for you. And let's just start by closing our eyes and settling into today's practice, and maybe not even worry about all of the talking that I just did if that's too overwhelming. We will get through everything. And if it didn't make sense, maybe it'll make a little bit more sense after today's practice. Just close your eyes, settle in, and just notice the breath without changing the breath. Feel the air as it comes in through the nose and out through the nose. The next time you inhale, see if you can extend the inhale and move it lower into your belly so your belly expands as you inhale. And exhale, your belly contracts. Inhale, breathe all the way down into your belly. And exhale, breathe it out. Keep breathing like that. Inhale, move the breath all the way down into the base of your belly. And exhale. Take a few more breaths at your own pace. We often, without even realizing it, do very shallow breathing that stays up in our chest above our diaphragm. We don't always breathe all the way down and use our diaphragm fully to fully expand our lungs and get some nice fresh air. From here, you can keep your eyes closed or just flutter them open and keep your gaze low. You can change the cross of your legs if you'd like. We're going to slowly move your chest and lean forward. Shoulders come back, look up, and exhale, move back. Navel to the spine, look down at your belly. Inhale, moving forward. Chest opens, gaze goes up, and exhale, moving backwards. Now move with the breath. If you want to move quicker, you can. Looking up, and exhale, coming back. You can move a lot quicker if you'd like, or you can move nice and slow. Just rock forward and back. And start to open up that spine. Now we're going to add some circles. The next time you come forward, circle around to the right. Make a nice big circle with your torso. Start opening up the hips, opening up the spine, and move as slowly or as quickly as makes sense for you. And see if you can synchronize your breath. So inhale on the way forward and exhaling on the way back. When you get to the top, pause and circle around in the other direction. Again, inhaling when you're coming forward and exhale as you move back. All right, come to center. Find your center here. Inhale. You're going to reach. You can change the cross of your legs again. Inhale, reach the right arm up and lean over to the left. Gentle stretch. Inhale, come on up, both hands up, and exhale, lean over to the right. Inhale, come on up, and exhale over to the left. And you're seeing the pattern here, right? Inhale, arms up, and lean over to the right. Keep moving. A couple more times at your own pace. And exhale over to the other side. When you get back to the right side, come to the center, interlace your fingers, palms face up, give a nice big stretch straight up to the sky. And arms come down. Inhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Your left hand comes on that knee. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Just take a few breaths here. Inhale, come to center. Arms reach up overhead. Interlace your fingers the funny way, so your other pinky goes in the back. And reach your arms up. And then arms come down, twist over to the left. Right hand comes to the left knee. Look over that left shoulder. Spine should be nice and straight, sitting up nice and tall. And take a few breaths here. Inhale, untwist, arms come up again, interlace those fingers, palms face up, and arms come down by your side. We're gonna come onto all fours and do some cat-cows, cat and cows. So come onto all fours, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. This is also tabletop position. So similar to when we were seated, we're going to inhale, look up, chest shines forward, Drop the belly down. Exhale, curl, look at your belly button, curl in, shoulders away from the ears, and this is cat. Inhale, come on up, looking up, gazes up, belly drops down, and exhale, push away into your arms, shoulders away from the ears, and look at your navel. And we're gonna do a couple of rounds on our own, following the breath. Inhale and exhaling. Let the breath lead the movement. So when you feel like you need to inhale, start looking up. When you feel like you need to exhale, start tucking your chin and looking down. When you're ready, come to neutral spine. We're going to come into child's pose. So toes come together, sit back on your heels. Your knees can be totally together, a little bit of space or wide. See what feels comfortable for you. I like them kind of midway. So when I lean forward, my chest, there's still room for my belly, and my legs are right alongside my chest. Head comes down. This is child's pose. So this is where you're going to end up if you need a break. Your arms can be straight out in front, or they can be alongside your legs in the back. I'm going to bring my arms overhead, get a nice gentle stretch. If you're feeling like you want the stretch, you can lift your head up slightly, walk your hands over to the right. Left hand comes on top of your, and have more of a side body stretch this way. Inhale, walk back to center, and then walk over to the left. Right hand comes on top of the left, side body stretch. Make sure your hips are moving, staying stable and moving towards the ground, staying on your seat. Come back to center. When you are ready, plant those hands, come back onto your knees. Tuck your toes, bring your hips high to the sky, come into downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, your heels are moving towards the ground. Your toes and your feet are nice and wide. Feet are hips distance apart. You're using your arms to push away. Your fingers are spread, your hands are wide. Your palm is flat on the floor. All parts of your hand should be touching the floor. You shouldn't be like cupping the floor. Nice and flat. And your head should just be hanging heavy. Arms are alongside your ears. So don't move your arms, move your head. So your ears are parallel with your arms. And just breathe here. If you need to take a break, come down to your knees, sit back into child's pose. Let's all do that for 1 second. And then come back up, tuck the toes, bring the knees high to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming into plank. So I need to widen my stance a little bit so my shoulders are on top of my wrists. Nice long line. You don't want to be sagging. You don't want to be up. You want to be in a nice straight line in plank. Stay here, take a breath, and then come to downward facing dog. From here, walk your feet to your hands, walk your hands to your feet. Feet stay hips distance apart. Grab opposite elbows
And just hang here. You can hang like a rag doll. You can grab opposite elbows. You can swing from side to side. When you're ready, arms reach way up to the sky. Come up with a flat back. Arms up overhead. Bring your arms down by your side. This is mountain pose. So let's take a moment in mountain pose. Our feet are nice and wide. Our weight is balanced. Our hips are on top of our knees, nice and straight and strong. Tucking that tailbone down, ribs knit together, and head is nice and neutral. And just breathe here for a second. Be a nice, strong mountain. Nice and sturdy, lots of stability. From here, we're going to start moving with the breath. So we're going to inhale, look up, arms reach up. And exhale, swan dive forward. You can have your hands on your shins, looking forward, and then coming down. Your hands can be on your shins, your hands can be on the floor, your hands can be on the blocks. Keep a soft bend in those knees. If you need more of a bend, you can certainly bend more. The idea is to bend forward and have your chest rest on your thighs. So if that means you're up here, that is fine. Your hands do not have to touch the floor. And let's start moving with the breath. So inhale, come all the way up, hands up, reach high to the sky. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, raise your arms up, high to the sky. And exhale, come forward, swan dive down. Take a few more at your own pace. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Next time you come back up, inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, stay standing, bring your prayer to your heart. Tuck your chin, look at your thumbs. This is especially helpful if you're not used to doing this and you got a little bit dizzy. Okay, so we're gonna come to the top of our mat and we're gonna start deconstructing a sun salutation. So we're gonna take it step by step. Have no fear, we will do this together. So inhale, arms reach up to the sky. We already did this part, right? Exhale, swan dive forward. Here we go. This is familiar. Now we're gonna add something new. Inhale, right foot steps back to a lunge. Exhale, drop the knee down, untuck the toes. Exhale, hands high to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands frame the foot, tuck the toes, bring that knee off the ground. Actually, no, keep that knee back. Bring both knees down. Now we're into tabletop, which we already did, right? Should look familiar. Exhale, untuck the toes, come back down to child's pose. Inhale, tuck the toes, hips up high to the sky, downward facing dog. So all of this should be somewhat familiar. Inhale, right leg comes in between the hands. Exhale, drop the back knee, untuck the toes, hands come up, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, hands come to either side of the foot, untuck the toes, bring that knee off the ground, step it forward, look up, halfway up, exhale and fold. Now we're gonna come back up to standing. Inhale, all the way up, hands up high to the sky. Exhale, hands to your sides for mountain pose. All right. We've got another side to do. Hands to prayer. Inhale, arms all the way up. Reach high to the sky. Exhale, bring it on down. All the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bring that left foot back. Drop the back knee. Hands reach high to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, frame that foot. Bring the front leg back to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tuck the back toes. Bring those hips high to the sky. Take a breath. Inhale, left foot comes in between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring the foot. Tuck the toes. Feet step forward. Feet together. Halfway up. Inhale. Exhale. Folding forward. Inhale, come all the way up. High to the sky with the hands, and exhale back to mountain pose. All right, so that was a modified sun salutation. We're gonna step it up a little bit. You're perfectly fine with doing the same thing again, by the way. But we're gonna kind of add on to this. That was a modified sun salutation. We're gonna do it again. All right, inhale, arms high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, reach that right foot back. And bring the left foot back to a plank. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, you're going to bring your knees are already down. You're gonna bring your chest and chin down at the same time. Elbows hug tight alongside the body. You look like a little inchworm. Inhale, slither forward, baby cobra, slight back bend with those toes pushing into the earth. Exhale, push it all the way back into child's pose. Tuck the toes, come on down, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, and then step the left forward to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale, come on all the way up. And exhale to mountain pose, hands in prayer. Let's try the other side. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, left foot steps and the right foot steps. We're in plank. Drop the knees, chest, chin, slither forward. Baby cobra, untuck those toes. In baby cobra, you want to be able to pick up your hands. You shouldn't be we're not doing a huge cobra here. So pick up those hands, see if you can hang out. Hands come back down. Push back with your hands. All the way back into child's pose. Tuck the toes, bring the hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that left foot forward. Now you're in a lunge. And then bring the right foot to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, high to the sky. And exhale. Hands in prayer. We're gonna kind of sass it up a tiny bit more. Ready? Inhale, hands up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, right foot steps, left foot meets it. You can stay here or bring your knees to the ground. We're gonna come into chaturanga arms.
well, just chaturanga in general. Your knees can be up or down. With your knees down, you're gonna bend your elbows. Elbows stay close to the body. You're at like a 90-degree angle. This is chaturanga with knees down. Inhale. You're gonna come into, you can come into baby cobra, or you can come into up dog. Up dog is your knees and your hips and your legs are off the ground. So just hands on tops of the feet. Sorry, the gaze is up. Tuck those toes, roll over the toes, push back into downward facing dog. And take a breath or two here. Inhale, reach that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, you can stack the hips, open up that right leg. And bring it forward in between the hands. Bring the left foot to meet it, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, high to the sky. And exhale, hands to prayer. All right, let's try it on the other side. Again, there are options for you. So do what feels comfortable and what you feel like you have the most integrity doing. So proper integrity and alignment is more important. So inhale, arms high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot steps back. Right foot meets it. You can come into knees, chest, and chin, or you can bring your knees down, or you can keep your knees up. Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over, upward facing dog, or baby cobra, and roll over to downward facing dog. And breathe. Bring that left leg high to the sky, open up the hip. Bring that left foot up in between the hands. Bring the right foot to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale. Arms reach high to the sky. Exhale. Hands to prayer. So that essentially was Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutations A. We're going to add on for Sun Salutation B. Okay? So inhale, arms raise up, overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, right foot steps back. Left foot meets it. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps between the hands. Left foot spins down to like a 45-degree angle. So you want your toes pointing towards like the corner of your mat, the top corner. Inhale, come on up. Hands come up overhead. They can be together or apart. Front knee is bent. Back leg is straight. Outer edge of that back foot moving towards the ground. This is warrior one. Gaze is up. Come on down, frame that foot. Spin back on your toes. Right leg comes back. Come down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, bring that left foot in between the hands. Spin that back foot so your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Come on up. Warrior one.
Again, front leg is bent. Outer edge of that back foot moving towards the ground. Strong in that back leg. Hands can be together or separated if that bothers your shoulders. Shoulders are moving away from your ears. And bring it on down. Step back into plank. Again, you can do knees, chest, chin. Slither forward into cobra. Push back into downward dog. You always have the option of coming into child's pose first and then downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Right leg comes in between the hands. Left leg comes to follow. Forward fold. Inhale, bring it on up. And exhale into prayer. We have another side. So we're gonna try it again. Again, modify if you need to. And if you need to take a break, child's pose is where you're at. So let's do it. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, left foot steps back this time. Right foot steps. Come on down into some form of chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Slither forward, baby cobra, or up dog. Coming through bent knees, possibly into downward facing dog. Let's bring the left foot up in between the hands. Coming into warrior one. Exhale, bring hands down onto each side of the foot. Step the foot back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, frame the foot. Inhale, come back. Chaturanga. Upward facing. And downward facing dog. And breathe here. Inhale, left foot steps up between the hands. Right foot meets it. Forward fold. Inhale. Arms all the way up. Exhale. Hands to prayer. All right, that was a lot, yeah? We feeling good? Let's wiggle some of this out. All right, so in mountain pose, drop your hands to your sides. Spread your feet, open hips distance apart. Just let your arms hang by your side and just swing. Just wiggle it out back and forth. And notice your breath. All right, come back to the top of your mat. We're gonna move a little bit more. Right. Top of your mat, come back into mountain pose. Bring your hands up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. We're gonna do a couple of standing poses. Inhale, right foot steps back. Plant your back heel, Come up high to the sky, warrior one. I'll save you from a vinyasa because we did a lot. Warrior one again. Right knee, left knee is bent, right outer edge of the back foot, planting down. We're going to open up to warrior two. So you're going to spin on that back toe. So now your foot is parallel to the back of the mat. You're going to bring your arms out to a T. Your shoulders are on top of your hips. So take a moment to, sorry, I'm a little backwards. Take a moment to feel where your hips are. Your shoulders should be stacked right on top. Arms nice and strong, lifting out. You shouldn't be forward, shouldn't be moving back. Right in the center. This is warrior two. How about two? So inhale, we're gonna flip that front palm and lean it back. Come back to center. Bring that forearm onto the knee and bring that right arm overhead. Let's do that a couple times. Inhale, come on up. And exhale. This is a side angle. And this is peaceful warrior. Your legs stay strong and they do not move. It's just your upper body that's moving back and forth. Inhale, come on up. And exhale. Side angle. And you've had enough. Both hands down to the ground. Frame that front foot. Move it back. So now you're in a plank. And when you hear the cue, do a vinyasa. This is it. So similar to what we were doing in sun salutations, you can come knees, chest, chin. You can do chaturanga, upward facing or cobra. And then come into down dog through bent knees, or just come straight into downward facing dog. And breathe. Bring the right foot in between the hands. Plant that back foot, again at a 45-degree angle. Come on up, warrior one. I'm gonna end up not facing you again. Again, front leg is bent, back leg nice and strong, outer edge of that back foot, planting down to the ground. And then you're gonna open it, spin out to warrior two. So your back foot spins so the outer edge is parallel to the back of your mat. Gaze is over those front fingers. Inhale, flip that palm, lean it back. Keep that knee bent. Exhale, forearm comes to the knee, left arm overhead. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, back. And exhale, bring it forward. Frame. Bring your hands on either side of that front foot, spin on the back heel. Bring that front foot to meet it, and do a vinyasa. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. And breathe. From here, drop the knees, come into a child's pose. Come on to tabletop again. So we're going to spin on that right knee, kick your heel out to the side, bring that left foot straight, and bring that arm up. This is a variation of side plank, so you'll see this in a lot of classes. You can stay here or your arm can come overhead. If you'd like more of a challenge, you can pick up that bottom foot, bring it behind your left, and breathe. Wherever you are, come back down onto that knee, and we're gonna drop down so that our bottom is on the floor and our leg is tucked. You're gonna bring that right arm over and lean over towards the left. So now we're gonna move. Inhale, plant that right arm, come back up onto that knee, left arm overhead. Exhale, bring the bottom down, lean over to the left. Inhale, leaning over to the right. Bring that arm up and over. And exhale, come on back. See if you can make your breath nice and smooth, and remember that Ujjayi breathing that we were doing at the beginning of class. Inhale, bring it over. Then exhale, back over to the left. Inhale, bring it back over. Hand comes down and come back into all fours. So now we're just gonna do it on the other side. I'll turn around. So kick that left foot out to the side. Right foot is extended. Arm can come up or overhead. If you would like to play with side plank, you can kick that bottom leg out and bring it behind the right. Gazes up to the sky. Bring that knee back down and sit it down. Bend that foot in. Right leg is extended out. And lean it over to the right. Any amount. And now we're going to move. Come back up onto that knee. Stretch it out, right arm overhead. And exhale, drop it down. Lean over to the right. Inhale, drop that arm down. Come on up. And over. And hips come down. Lower it down. Over to the right. One more time. Up and over. And bring that arm down. Come back to center. Come back to tabletop. And stretch it out for child's pose. Ever so gracefully, you're going to cross your ankles and then just roll back and come to seated pose. To a nice seat. Bring your feet together. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Your feet can be, the further away they are from you, the easier the stretch, the closer in, the more intense the stretch. Sit up nice and tall. This may be where you're at. If you'd like a little bit more intensity, you can bring it forward. Bring your chest forward towards the front and lean forward with a flat back. You can have a block under your arms if you'd like, and come forward any amount. And just breathe. If you're folded forward, you can come on up. Bring your hands underneath your knees. Pick your knees up. And slowly roll down onto your back. Keep your knees up into the sky. Bring your feet in closer to your hips. Hands come down by your sides. I'm going to inhale. Slowly peel your hips off of the floor. Inhale, bring your hands overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down by your side and bring your hips down onto the floor. So we're going to synchronize that. Inhale, start at your hips. Arms follow, up overhead. Exhale, arms come down along with the hips. Inhale, bring it on up. Hands come up and over, and exhale. Do 2 more at your own pace. When you come back down, bring your feet as wide as your mat. Windshield wipe your legs side to side. Stretch that out. Loosen up the back. Inhale, bring both knees into your chest. Rock it out side to side. Bring your arms out into a T. Drop your knees over to the right. Gaze goes over your left shoulder. And just breathe here. You can bring your right hand on top of that top knee to increase the stretch. Inhale, unwind. Bring those knees back to center. And exhale it over to the left. Gaze comes over the right. And just breathe. Inhale, bring those knees up. Hug your knees in again. Put your peace fingers around your toes, or grab the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Soles of the feet point towards the sky, knees into your armpits. And you can rock here, or just slowly push into the ground, flatten out that back. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready, slowly lengthen out one leg at a time. Arms come by your sides, slightly away from you. Feet are hips distance or a little wider apart. Feet splay outward, palms face up. Move those shoulders away from your ears and settle into Shavasana. Gently close the eyes. And just settle in. Reconnect with your breath and let it be natural. See if your breath feels any different than it did when we started class. When you are ready, start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to bring some movement into your feet and your hands. Gently roll onto your right side in a fetal position. Rest your head on your arm, on your right arm. Just take a moment here and breathe and reflect. Slowly use your hands to push yourself back up to a seated position. And bring your hands into prayer. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I wish you all peace and tranquility and kindness for yourselves and for one another. Thank you so much. Be well. Namaste.